Good morning. Welcome to this edition of our Thursday Ag Market Network Weekly Market Report. It's brought to you by FiberMax and Stoneville Seed. Exports have just come out. We're going to go straight to those right now. As usual, a good number, 367,600 running bales, up 21% from the previous week and 9% over the 4-week average. Vietnam took 145,100 running bales. Pakistan took 122,000. Indonesia took 29,900. Turkey took 21,600. Brazil took 15,800. Small cancellations, nothing to amount to anything. We've got new crop sales of 43,800, of which China took 27,700. Actual shipments of 452,400 running bales, up 3% from the previous week. And China was the primary destination, taking 80,200 of those shipped bales. Looking at soybean, well, let's look at the reaction. Cotton was up 122 before the report. Right now it's at the same level. Soybeans, 1,133,000 metric tons, up noticeably from the previous week. Unknown destinations took 610,400. China took 170,400 metric tons. Bangladesh took 108,300. Soybean reaction so far, soybeans were up 6. Right now, soybeans are up 7.5. Looking at corn, net sales of 898,300, down 34% from the previous week. South Korea took 195,400. Mexico took 193,100. Taiwan took 176,000 metric tons. Corn was up 3 before the report. It's up 2 3/4 right now. Wheat sales of 109,000 metric tons. That's down 69% from the previous week. Thailand took 50,500 metric tons. Chile took 49,500 metric tons. Jamaica took 24,800 metric tons. Wheat reaction, wheat was up 4 1/4 before the report. Right now it's at the same level. Let's talk a little bit about what's happened recently. What I think I'm going to do is just respond to some questions that we've found out there that people are asking about this. So let's just do that. First question, will we have a trade war? And if so, what will be the effect on the markets? Well, I don't think we'll have a trade war. I think what we're doing right now is negotiating out in the public. And yesterday was a perfect example of that. The Trump administration has made statements on the things they're going to do. And the Chinese in kind react with what they're going to do. Yesterday, or night before last, the market, China announced part of the sanctions would be with soybeans, part of the tariffs. Well, the market reacted in a very negative way. And soybeans were down 40 cents yesterday morning early. Now, they did recover from those levels, still down. And the cotton market also was hit very hard, closing down over 200 points. So you can see what would happen if we had a trade war is exactly what happened yesterday on a longer basis. I think this is just talk. And you're seeing that in the news this morning. The administration is making it clear that these are not actually sanctions. It'll be 2 months before anything could happen, if it were to happen. And they're working very hard to negotiate and get this worked out. And the market is calming down as a result of that. Why was cotton down yesterday when only soybeans were mentioned for Chinese tariffs? Well, when you put soybeans on the table as part of sanctions, you're really putting everything on the table that China buys from us, and the market knew that. And so everything reacted to it, because cotton reacted probably more than some of the other markets did, with the exception of soybeans. If it's announced that there will be no tariffs, when will our ag markets recover? Well, I think that's a little bit tricky. I think the market, because this is the futures market, we always react in advance of things. So I think as soon as the market starts getting indications that there are no sanctions coming, there are no tariffs coming, it will definitely react. As a matter of fact, it's reacting today. When these exports, just before they came out, cotton was up 122. Right now, cotton's up 170 in May. July cotton up 140 at 81.20. December cotton up 82 at 77.64. We were down a little over 200 yesterday. Now we're up 172. So we've almost erased yesterday. So what's coming out in the news, some of the things being leaked out, are coming out to calm people down, to let them know there's not going to be anything like this actually happen. Should farmers be hedging or pricing their crops here or wait? Well, I'll just pass on to you what some of the analysts have said in recent weeks, and that would be for cotton farmers to be hedging. Some of their crop, and I'll give you exactly. I've gone through cotton, soybeans, corn, and wheat. Cotton, there's been the talk of hedging 1/3 of the December of this next year's crop at 78 cents or better. Right now we're at 77.74. We're not far from it. So that's been the suggestion. I think that's a sound suggestion. Soybeans. November soybeans right now are trading up 7.5 at 1026.5. Some have suggested hedging 1/3 the crop at 1030. So we are 3 1/4 cents from that. December corn, some suggestions to hedge 1/3 of the crop at 410. That's December corn at 410. December corn right now is at 408. Very close there. July wheat. July wheat right now is trading, this is Chicago, at 477 1/4. Suggestions there to hedge get 50% of your crop hedged at 490 to 495. So this leads to the next question. What happens if I hedge or price my crop and later the market changes because of weather and we start seeing a big rally? If I locked in my prices? Well, it depends on what you do. If you're going into the forward market, you're locking it in. If you go into the options market or futures market, you've got the flexibility to offset it. And even if you go into the forward market, the futures and options market give you the ability to buy your crop back on the board to offset. In other words, and I'm not suggesting this, understand that, but basically what you would be doing is hedging a hedge. If there's a disastrous weather situation and December cotton starts to roll to the upside and you've sold your crop, then it's a way to get things offset where you're not locked in. Talk to a very qualified broker about that one. Again, we're not suggesting anyone do that, but there's some flexibility allowed to farmers by using various tools that are out there. Those are just some of the main questions we've got right now in the market. One last look. May cotton up 171 at 81.35, a high made here recently at 81.49. July cotton up 147 at 81.19, a high of 81.27. December cotton up 90 at 77.70. It's been as high as 77.74. Soybeans are up 6.5 in the July at 10.21. May corn up 2 3/4 at 383 3/4, and May wheat up 4.5 at 460 1/4. So really, right now, we are pretty close to where we were before these numbers came out in the grain market, but not in cotton. Cotton has surged to the upside. We've rallied about 60 to 70 points since exports. That's it. Thanks for being with us for this edition of our weekly market report brought to you by FiberMax and Stoneville Seed. Have a good day. Thank you.